Thanos is arguably one of the most powerful villains to ever grace the pages of Marvel comic books. But it's not just his power that makes him a great antagonist. He's a complex character, with a tragic backstory that's filled him with a relentless ambition that is carried over from the panels to the big screen in recent years in the MCU. So today we're going to be counting down some of the reasons why he's so adored by fans with our list of the top 10 Thanos facts. And heads up, there's a few spoilers on this list for the most recent Thanos run. You've been warned. And at number 10, his first appearance. Thanos debuted in Iron Man number 55 in 1973. Creator Jim Starlin had approached Marvel editor Roy Thomas, who asked him if he wanted to do an issue of Iron Man. Starlin said, I quote, "I felt that this may be my only chance ever to do a character, not having the confidence that my career was going to last anything longer than a few weeks." So they got jammed into it. Thanos was a much thinner character and Roy suggested beefing him up, so he's beefed up quite a bit from his original sketches. And later on I liked beefing him up so much that he continued to grow in size. And at number 9, he doesn't actually need the Infinity Gems. In the most recent run on Thanos, Volume 2, Issue 14, a Thanos of the future is revealed, in which he slaughters a ton of heroes, including the X-Men, Namor, Atlantis, and the Guardians of the Galaxy. Oh, and King Thor and Maestro Hulk, all without the help of any of the Infinity Gems. He then builds himself a temple out of the bones of the slain Celestials, where he plans on living out his life in complete silence. But in typical Thanos nature, that doesn't satisfy him. He ends up traveling to the past to visit present-day Thanos, and asks him for his help in finding Lady Death. Regardless of that, it's quite neat to see that Thanos is still just as powerful without the Infinity Gems in his gauntlet, further solidifying how much of a threat he is in the Marvel Universe. And at number 8, Drax. In the MCU, Drax is one of the beloved characters in the Guardians of the Galaxy films, but in the comics, his origin story differs quite a bit. Drax was actually created with the purpose of killing Thanos. He was originally a man named Arthur Douglas, a human on Earth who had been driving through the Mojave Desert with his wife and daughter when Thanos passed by overhead. Thanos destroyed their car in an attempt to keep his visit to Earth a secret, but Thanos' father had been monitoring him and captured the astral form of Arthur in order to put it into a humanoid body with superpowers, with the intention of using this new creature, named Drax the Destroyer, as means of keeping his son from becoming a bigger threat. And at number 7, he's obsessed with death. Thanos, due to his deformed state compared to other Eternals, something we'll touch on a bit later, didn't have the most pleasant of upbringings. In his youth, he became obsessed with the concept of death, so when he encountered the entity Lady Death, he was overcome with love for the first time in his life. This love is what drove him to strive to become more powerful, so that he would be worthy of her love. This escalated from conquering to his desire to obtaining the Cosmic Cube, to the creation of the Infinity Gauntlet to harbor the power of the Infinity Gems. When he had discarded the Cosmic Cube, believing he had drained it of its powers, Mar-Vell got his hands on it and reverted the universe to what it had previously been, which made Thanos lose all of his power, and Death rejected him because of it. And at number 6, he likes Christmas. Sort of. When taking in Gamora, Thanos thought it would be best for her psychologically to condition her in the same ways that you would a normal child. This included giving her a birthday, and celebrating Christmas, or as he calls it, honoring the pre-Christian Yule with shades of modern Earth's Christmas tossed into the mix. Yeah, write that one down on a calendar. Up next, number 5, the Thanos Copter. In Spidey Super Stories number 39, readers were given a real treat in the story, The Cat in the Cosmic Cube, in which Thanos took on Hellcat, known as the Cat in this instance though. How? Well, by chasing her around in a helicopter with his name written on it. He doesn't even really do much with it except follow her around and set off some explosions causing her to lose balance, and then drop the Cosmic Cube. Just didn't really think that one through, did he? Up next, number 4, born with Deviant Syndrome. Thanos was born on planet Titan, which orbits Saturn, and is home to a colony of Eternals. When he was born, it quickly became apparent that he showed signs of having Deviant Syndrome, which is a rare condition in which an Eternal closely resembles a Deviant. Deviants are the enemies of the Eternals. Thanos had hide-like skin and his body was massive and deformed. His mother went mad and tried to kill him because of it. Things only got harsher for poor Thanos. And growing up, he only ever really played with his brother Eros, but he eventually did make friends. And then they were all killed in a terrible accident which severely traumatized him. Not really a surprise that the immortal Eternal became a bit obsessed with death. Kinda gives you a new sympathetic appreciation for Thanos, doesn't it? Up next, number 3, his name's origin. Did you know that Jim Starlin, the creator, based the character off of things he learned in college psychology class? This includes Thanos' name. It derives from Thanatos, who in Greek mythology was the personification of death. Thanatos also refers to the death drive, which allegedly compels humans to engage in risky and self-destructive self-destructive behavior that could potentially lead to their own death. And at number 2, he's a ripoff. Speaking of Jim Starlin, the writer-artist has admitted that Thanos was heavily inspired by DC characters. Initially, Starlin was enchanted by Jack Kirby's New Gods. He said, I quote, "I came up with some things that were inspired by that. You'd think that Thanos was inspired by Darkseid, but that was not the case when I showed up. In my first Thanos drawings, if he looked like anybody, it was Metron. I had all these different gods and things I wanted to do, which became Thanos and the Titans. Roy took one look at the guy in the Metron-like chair and said, beef him up. If you're gonna steal one of the new gods, at least rip off Darkseid, the really good one." And finally, in our number 1 spot, his real name. Part of that new Thanos run and this issue 14 storyline is the fact that it gave us a new tidbit of information about the Mad Titan. Thanos' real name is actually Dion. Aside from exploring his future, the villain's backstory is also elaborated on in the issue, including his birth on planet Titan. When King Thanos of the future arrives, he convinces Thanos that he is who he says he is, by revealing a piece of information only the two of them would know, that the name that his mother had given him before going mad was actually Dion. Alright, there we have it, friends. Are you reading the current Thanos run? What's your thoughts on it? Let us know in those comments below. And as always, if you dug this video, please show us some love by hitting those like and subscribe buttons. And if you're feeling more nerdy videos, why not head on over to our channel and check out our recently uploaded playlist, or our top 10 villains playlist that's flashing up on your screen right now. In the meantime, thanks for watching. I've been Kelly Pally and this is Top 10 Nerd. Catch you all in the next one.